Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. There is a 144-year case which suddenly resurfaced in the courts of Europe, and the case pertains to a small area in Malaysia called Sabah. This Sabah was originally ruled by certain sultans of Sulu. They had in 144 years ago leased the land to the British Crown in lieu of some payments. The agreement was dated in 1878. A vast land that was near the completely an island was leased out to the British. At that time, there was not many idea of the natural resources that was available there. Subsequently, it was found it had oil and other important resources which could be exploited. With the independence of Malaysia in 1960s, the British vacated the place. And the British argument is that the successor to the 1878 lease agreement is definitely the Malaysian government. The last Sultan of Sulu died without any legal heirs. This is in the border of Philippines and Malaysia. The Sultan had territories both in Malaysia, what is in current Malaysia, and Philippines. Since he did not have a direct heir, there was no such major case. But now 8 people have surfaced saying they are the legal heirs, and they want compensation for the money lost because of leasing of land. The 8 legal heirs tried in vain to talk to the Malaysian government. The Malaysian government till 2013 was paying them $5,300 a year compensation. In the year 2013, a person calling himself the Sultan decided to invade the island. It touched a raw nerve in Malaysia, and more than 60 people of the 180 people died before the invaders retreated. Malaysia used that as an excuse and denied the illegal heirs the payment. The Attorney General of Malaysia then confirmed that the invaders had nothing to do with the legal heirs. But in spite of that, Malaysia decided not to pursue and give them their money. The legal heirs have been talking for a long time with the Malaysian government, who did not respond. Why is this very important? Because in comes an investment company called THEIUM. It raises $1 billion from investors for a legal litigation fund. The legal heirs do not have enough money to fight this case in Europe. So this investment firm TM decides to step in and spends $10 million over a long period of time fighting this case, backing the legal heirs. There is an agreement between the legal heirs and the investment company. If they get a big payoff, then the money is shared between the investment firm and the legal heirs. Now, this case went into arbitration. After years of arbitration, it was finally decided that the Malaysian government, which was the legal successor to the British colony, was obliged to honor all the conditions of the lease agreement signed in 1878. Therefore, it decided that the Malaysian government had to pay these 8 legal heirs $14.9 billion. Now, $14.9 billion is a lot of money even for an oil-rich country like Malaysia. Malaysia acted as if this arbitration award was never passed. It never thought it could never be enforced. In Luxembourg, a court bailiff funded by the TM investment fund visited the office of Petronas, which has 2 or 3 subsidiaries in Luxembourg, and served papers in which it was very clear, since the Malaysian government had not honored the court verdict, the assets of these subsidiary companies in Europe are being seized. Initially, Malaysia denied the whole thing and said there is no such case. But finally, after much legal wrangling, it was decided that the case exists, and the Malaysia said in a statement that it has received the papers from the bailiff and it is going to act on it legally. It immediately went to a French Paris court, where the judge in France gave a temporary relief from the enforcement of the arbitration award. Malaysia immediately claimed that this arbitration cannot be enforced anywhere in the world. Legal experts have now confirmed that this order is only for Malaysian assets in France, and the legal heirs are free to are free to attach any Malaysian assets across the globe. The legal heads are saying they tried to talk to the Malaysian government directly. They did not respond. They had a legal representative. He tried to talking to them. The Malaysian government did not respond, and therefore they were forced to do it. The 8 so-called legal heads really do not have the money. Several of them are retirees. The Malaysian government, instead of settling this case, is now trying to dig its heel in, and now the court has given an order. The arbitrations have given an order. The arbitration order seems to be binding on Malaysia. The sooner Malaysia settles this case, this better it is. This attack on Petronas is unexpected, and because Petronas has been very important in assisting the recovery of the Malaysian economy, because oil has been so expensive in the last 1 year after COVID, and Petronas is a major exporter of oil and gas, has made super profits. Recently, it sold a share of its firm oil field in Kyrgyzstan, and the money was in Luxembourg. It is not very clear how much of the money in Luxembourg is attached. But what is the problem is not this Luxembourg case alone. This sets a precedent where the assets of the Malaysian government across the globe can be attached repeatedly. The only sensible thing for the Malaysian government would be to sit across the table, negotiate with the legal heads, and come to a solution. Failure to do so will result in more pain. The Malaysian government now says this is a part of a colonial past and they do not recognize it. But the legal system across the globe does recognize a truly signed agreement between a sultan and a British government. You cannot deny it. What it means is the Malaysian government did not take this agreement seriously. This is a very rare case where an 144-year lease agreement has come back to haunt the Malaysian government. But what is more funny is people who have a good case but do not have money to fight legally now can access investment funds for sharing a portion of a compensation. In a less sensitive case, the same fund has now taken up the case of UK post workers who were unlawfully thrown out and has won the case. Now, this kind of litigation funds are new and are getting popular and are now making justice available for those who do not have access to high-end lawyers. Thank you. Thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like this content, press the subscribe button. If you don't tick the bell icon, you will not be notified every time a video is put. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.